Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another period of the Mindfulness at Lunch session. So really glad to be here with all of you this afternoon on a Wednesday. So we initially thought that, we'll stop this series last week, but seems like the default arrangement is still working from home. So we're going to continue with this series till the end of the month. So welcome everyone who has joined us for this practice. My name is Eric. I am the mindfulness psychologist here at Brahm Center. And let's get started by allowing yourself to sit comfortably. So we're going to move into a period of a mindful stretching, followed by a sit-up practice. Okay. So allowing yourself to have both your feet flat on the ground. Just keeping your hands on your lap and just closing the eyes for this moment. And just begin by taking in that 3 beautiful deep breaths. And at the end of the third breath, just allowing yourself to just drop your chin towards the front of the chest. Just feeling that stretch down the back of the neck. And gradually coming up to center. As you do so, you can open your eyes and allowing your head to tilt towards the back. So feeling that stretch at the back of the neck. Attending to whatever that arises here. And coming back to center and dropping the right ear to the right shoulder. And at the same time, you may just choose to press your head gently down so you can feel that stretch down the side of the neck as we extend the left hand. Noticing if there's any tightness or even tension over at this area. And gradually releasing and tilting to the other side. So dropping the left ear to the left shoulder. And using the left hand to gently press down the surface of the head and stretching out the right hand. And allowing yourself to release from that stretch. And from here, just rotating the head 3 rounds in a clockwise direction. And when done with 3 rounds, you may choose to change the direction of that rotation. Simply just attending to this region of the body. Observing if any angle that we are rotating at, whether at that particular angle is there a sensation that is more readily felt. Good. So we are done with that. Just allowing yourself to come back to center. And from here, beginning to allow both our arms to lift up towards the ceiling. So stretching both the arms up towards the ceiling and stretching as best as you can. And at the same time, allowing yourself to interlace your fingers, palms facing outwards towards the ceiling. And so stretching as best as you can. And from here, just tilting towards the left, feeling that stretch down this region. At the same time, you may even just wish to use your left hand to hold on to the right wrist. And coming back to center, switching sides, using your right hand to hold on to the left wrist and moving and bending towards the right. So notice that stretch. Perhaps you can feel at the shoulders down the side of the body, the upper torso. And coming back to center, and one more time, just tilting to the left once again. Feel that stretch. And switching sides, bending towards the right. And gradually coming back to center. And now letting the arms come all the way to about shoulder height level. And from here, I'd like us to just begin to rotate at the wrist. And you may change the direction of that rotation. All right, and from here, just allow your arms and hands to come back to rest onto the lap. Good. So gradually from here, allow us to just bring our shoulders, rolling it towards the front, and bring up to the ears, rolling it to the back and down. All right, so doing it 2 more rounds, rolling to the front, to the top, to the back, and down. And one more time, rolling to the front, to the top, to the back, and down. And now reversing that 3 rounds. Just doing it as slowly, as gently as you can, observing what you feel. And coming back to center. And from here, I'd like us to just place our hands back onto the lap. And gradually allowing yourself to just sit all the way to the back of your chair. And from here, I'd like us to just bring both the legs off the ground. And just pointing the toes to the front. And now flexing them, so bring them towards yourself. And so just doing this a couple of rounds. So pointing and flexing the toes. And just feeling into this sensation at the calves and at the shin region. And gradually just easing into rotating at the ankles. So drawing small circles with the ankles. And then changing that direction of rotation. Right, so just coming back to center, allowing the legs to rest on the ground once again. And this time round, allowing the eyes to close. Taking a moment to once again bring this awareness to that 3 beautiful deep breaths as you inhale them right now. And gradually just bring this awareness all the way down into both the feet. Sensing into what's available at the toes, at the heel, at the sole of both the feet. So in this way, we're allowing ourselves to step out from thinking and just come into this body by sensing what's here. Observing any tingling sensation in the toes, and then both the feet. And bring this sense of gratitude to both the feet. Just being thankful that we have both of them as they rest on the ground right now, supporting us as we sit here. And the next out breath, letting go of this area and bring awareness into the ankles region. Observing the sensation surrounding the ankles. And extending this gratitude to this part of the body. Perhaps even reflecting on, what have we received from this part of the body, our ankles? Perhaps the answer could be a lot, isn't it? The way the ankles support us, even as we sit here. And now bring awareness up into the calves and the shin. Just the way they are. In this moment, just becoming acutely aware of how's this moment of awareness or even attention. Are you aware if it's still very much fixated on certain thoughts? Or can we now begin to just recognize that possibility of attending to the body? And in this case, is really attending to the calves and the shin. Just however they are. And gradually bring awareness up into both the kneecaps, simply sensing into the space at this area, kneecaps, sides, the front, the back of it. Extending this gratitude to this area so that we can bend down, we can stand up with ease to whatever degree that's possible for you. And even if you do become aware of the knees might feel the aching sensation, simply just attending to what's showing up for you right now. Choosing to be kind, to be gentle, not forcing or striving in any way, but just making space for ourselves. And bring this awareness up into both the thighs and the bum region, including the hips and the groin. This fairly extensive area that we can choose to attend to. And gradually bring this awareness up into the lower back region. So sensing into the tailbone, even the base of the spine where the lower back is. Inviting kindness and gratitude into this part of the body. The sense of receiving and being open to what's present. Moving up into the middle and upper back region. Just taking a moment or so to really notice what's here. What might you be sensing? Taking use of this opportunity of a break to observe the body. Sensing to the upper back, right towards the left and the right shoulder. Now bring awareness into both the upper arms, extending the gratitude to the shoulders and the arms region. Down into the elbows and the forearms. Feeling into all these parts of the body, right down into the wrists and both the hands. Just the way the left and the right hand are at rest right now. Tending to whether the hands are relaxed or is it tightly clenched. Simply observing. Choosing to let go of this area. And now bring awareness into the abdominal region. Extending that gratitude to all the different organs that are present. The stomach, the liver, kidney, many other organs, including the small and the large intestine, all residing in the interior of the body cavity. Just feeling thankful that we have each of these organs is functioning just the way they are. And then expanding this awareness to include that of the ribs and the chest region. So observing the lungs and the heart. Thankful that this lungs and the heart, they are functioning, inflating, beating, pumping blood. And every of this very vital function is just happening on the background. Even as we are doing this practice, even as we are typing an email, you're just simply receiving so much from the body, moment to moment. Expanding this awareness to include that of the neck and the face right now. Sensing to the lips and the mouth, ears and nose, the eyes. Then a short while later, as you open your eyes, you're able to see to whatever extent that's possible for you. Expanding awareness to include that of the top of the head. Thankful that the head is intact, well protected by our hair, our skull, protecting this brain of ours. And resting in the last few moments of this practice in the spacious awareness of the whole body. This body that we have taken time to nourish and attend to kindly. And just silently thanking the body for all that is given to us. And resting with 3 more beautiful deep breaths. And when you feel ready, just easing into some movement by just wiggling your toes or moving the fingers. And allowing the eyes to open when you feel comfortable. And notice, what's it like when you bring that nice, warm, gentle smile on your face after engaging in this practice of a body scan infused with that attitude of gratitude. Yeah, as we take time to care for this mind and body. Right. And I'd like to kind of follow up from what I mentioned last week, last Wednesday when I did this session. Now I was speaking about mindfulness and sleep, right? So just keep your comments coming, as to, could we align or two about how you are right now following the practice so that I'm aware, and as a way to kind of listen in from all of you who have tuned in to this time of the practice. Yeah. Good. So you're feeling calm, relaxed. Yeah, I'm also feeling a lot more at ease, right? Just and it's really helpful, after coming from a meeting and easing into a mindfulness practice, it really helps me to settle back into the present moment, right? So this is beautiful, isn't it? When we take time to care for us, right? And I'd like to continue what I mentioned last week about mindfulness at sleep, right? Because I'm starting a course this Friday, in fact, yeah, from 3 to 5:30, on the mindfulness-based therapy for insomnia, right? So just wondering, if any of you here, you experience some challenges with sleep, right? Maybe you can just put a word out, in the comment page, right? So have you experienced, moments where you find it challenging to sleep, right? And how did that affect you, right? Because I'll be sharing a little bit more about, the need to cultivate awareness, right, surrounding sleepiness and wakefulness, right? Sometimes, we are not sleepy, right? But we actually we bring ourselves to lie on the bed, right? And we find that, we might not sleep, even when we lie on bed, right? And the other aspect is, that sense of wakefulness, right? So this is something that, with mindfulness, we can better cultivate awareness of what does it mean to feel sleepy, right? What does it mean to be awake, right? And is there a differentiation between sleepiness and tiredness? Well, I would say there is, right? And these are some of the things that I'll be covering more in detail, right, in the course itself, right? So sometimes, when we find ourselves, having a poor sleep quality, it could be a various reasons, right? One could be, so typically sleep challenges happen in 3 ways, right? The first one would be You find it difficult to fall asleep, right? So you may have a designated bedtime, right? But when it reaches that particular time of the night, you realize that even as you lie on bed, you have trouble falling asleep, right? So that's one of it. The second one could be maybe you don't have a problem sleeping, you can fall asleep, but the challenge that you face is that you sleep or you wake up in the middle of the night, right? So you may find yourself waking up at 2 a.m., right? Sometimes it could be for the reasons of going to the toilet. Sometimes it may not be related to that. You just find yourself being awake and find it really difficult to ease back into sleep again, right? So this is the second scenario. The third one will be to is that you find yourself waking up earlier than what you would like to, right? So maybe you have a ideal wake up time to be like 7 a.m., but you find yourself waking up at like 4 a.m. instead and not being able to sleep after that, right? So these are some of the scenarios at which we might experience sleep challenges, right? And this would amount to a poor sleep quality and perhaps even a shorter duration of sleep itself, right? So this is important for us to realize that actually, when we can't get to sleep or when we are have awakened and we can't get back to sleep, what is it that we might be doing to ourselves in those moments, right? Are you able to be aware of some of the actions that we might undertake to kind of, in a way, fix our sleep, right? And this is something where mindfulness can help, right? Because I'm going to introduce to everyone about the territory of insomnia, right? Because sleep challenges, it doesn't just happen at night, right? In fact, it's a 24/7 challenge, right? Because uh, what you experience at night in terms of sleep difficulties, you might notice some of the impact catching up on you in the daytime as well, right? It might impact our daytime functioning, right? So these are some of the things that I'll be elaborating and exploring more in this very structured 8 weeks course in itself. So I'll take you through this journey in cultivating more awareness surrounding sleep, sleepiness and wakefulness. Understand, some of the factors that contribute to a poor sleep quality. So we might begin to consider, are we predisposed to poor sleep? Could there be events in our life, right, that precipitate, a sleep challenge, along the way? And the third thing is, what is it that we're doing that kind of perpetuates the sleep challenge that we are experiencing in the moment?